We had people come into the laboratory on 2 occasions, and one time they ate until their usual level of comfortable fullness when they weren't hungry anymore. But on the other occasion, they would be asked to eat maximally until they couldn't manage another bite. Eating double the amount of food, which means about 60 grams more fat and nearly 200 grams more carbohydrate. And yet, as I say, blood sugars were really no different to after a normal meal. And this really just shows how well adapted our bodies are to go without food for a period and then have a huge amount of food in one go. And while then the metabolites like sugars and fats in the blood didn't change dramatically from eating maximally, what we do see is some of the hormones like insulin and other hormones related to insulin release, they did increase substantially. And what that is showing is that the body has this ability to tolerate an increase in, say, carbohydrate intake by increasing hormones to regulate that. And the insulin would then help the sugar to leave the bloodstream and be taken up and used by tissues. You could view this as a good news story, that it means if you have an otherwise healthy lifestyle and you're lean, young and healthy, then an occasional binge where you might have a family occasion or some other reason to overeat is not causing your body dramatic problems, because it has these well-evolved mechanisms to clear the nutrients from your bloodstream. But what you do have to remember then is that the way that your body is clearing those nutrients from your bloodstream by taking them up into tissues to be used and stored, that is then adding to your bodily energy stores. So while a one-off occasion of overeating, and particularly on very rich foods, isn't going to harm you, if you're doing that continually, then that does accumulate then, and that's what then, of course, overeating on a chronic long-term basis is what then causes overweight and obesity, which is something that people would need to think about.